right. Welcome back to Our Side of the Story podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Taira.
I'm Daizah.
And we are very, very excited about getting into the conversation for today, honey. This is your daily reminder to make sure you subscribe, like, and follow our pages. That's on TikTok, Instagram. What else we got? YouTube, of course, Apple Podcasts, and on Spotify. So our last question of the day, let's go ahead and get into it. The last question of the day was, which is more important, talent or hard work? And I'm very excited about this conversation because right before the camera started rolling, Daizah and I were going back and forth about which one.
It's going to be a debate for sure.
It is, but I get both perspectives, but I definitely have to side with talent. I have to side with talent. Why? Because I feel like it's that everybody on this big blue and green earth has that one special thing about them that makes them unique. That one special strength that comes in clutch when the time is needed. So I think that's really why talent would be more important, because it's that one thing that kind of makes you stand out in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? If I had to say what my talent is, I think that it's definitely interpersonal talent, basically like people skills. So I have an innate ability to just connect with people and build trust very quickly for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it's just a natural ability.
Confidence.
The confidence is,
I think confidence plays a part.
Oh, absolutely. It's like a foundation, but I don't know. I can't like pinpoint exactly what in me makes attracts people to me. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm in a room full of people, a lot of them flock to me just because I'm, you know what I'm saying, my aura, how inviting I am to people. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's kind of like that as a talent itself has opened so many doors for me alone. Of course, I am a hardworking individual, and I do agree that talent without hard work you will not reach your fullest potential. However, I think talent is like that. It's on a pedestal to me when it comes to a conversation versus hard work. That's my side of the story, honey. That's my side of the story.
No, I definitely see where you're coming from. I understand your perspective. For me personally, I believe that hard work is more important.
Okay.
And the only reason why is because it takes action and consistency to even get results of anything. And a lot of people have talent that they don't even use. And I believe that talent can get you in the door, but can it keep you there? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, okay, you got talent, but if you ain't got no work ethic, you ain't got no drive, nothing, then what good are you?
Right.
Rather, when you have somebody who's hardworking, who's willing to grind and to hustle, I can mold you. I can mold you into learning these specific skills.
Okay, wait. So you must have saved this tea for the podcast, because when we was just talking about this a minute ago, you ain't bringing all these points up. That's all I got to say.
No, I told you.
You dropping some gems.
I literally told you, I was like, we ain't even going to talk about it.
Okay.
We're going to leave it for
keep rolling.
Keep
the clips rolling. Keep the clips rolling.
Yeah, I mean, I told you before, when everyone's like, oh, I can't dance. Okay, I'm like, rhythm can be taught, honey.
It depends on the person, but yes.
It's attainable.
Right.
And it takes consistency. You can literally ask my mom and she'd be like, girl, I was worried about you and I'll put you in dance classes. Like, I didn't even know you got that in you. She was like, I would look at you and be like, she has two left feet. Like, almost like, is that even my kid type of thing? But now I can groove. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But classes, dance team, competition, stuff like that, I learned over time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Did I get you to come on this side?
I'm my pinky toe over there, but not fully. I definitely agree with that. But I just feel as though when you have talent, you have like an advantage. You have the upper hand over people who are hardworking, only because, one, you learn faster and you perform faster, which makes you more efficient. You know what I'm saying? Because you just said, I can teach you and mold you to have these strengths. That's cool. I already have them. You know what I'm saying? And this conversation, look, this is all subjective because of the fact that it depends on the person. So if you're talking about us two, we're both hardworking, we're both talented, of course. But if we had one or the other, then it wouldn't be like a versus type situation. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that we combine okay, hold on, because I'm about to contradict myself.
That's literally...
I am about to contradict myself. It makes sense in here, okay? That's all that matters.
I literally said that, I
It
was like,
makes sense
you're
in here.
basically saying
Am I? Okay.
you
50,
might be
50.
just
Let's just agree to disagree. 50-50. Yeah, 50-50. But hopefully y'all drop y'all's comments about which one which side y'all sit on. But I think that's an interesting question in itself. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the difference between the two.
For instance, I think another way to look at it too is people who have experience or know all these things can also be frowned upon because it's like, oh, she knows it all.
I know it all.
Or there's no room for growth.
Yep.
Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, she already has all these skills. Well, if she has all these skills and she's not really going to be open to, you know what I'm saying? Let me give you an example.
Talk to me.
Let me give you an example. Solar industry. When we hire and we're looking for people, we're looking for young individuals who see the vision and are like driven to get out of like the 9 to 5.
Right.
Like, they have nothing else to do besides go out there, knock doors all day because, you know what I'm saying? And we can mold them like, hey, so I was trained.
Right.
Okay. And in solar, we were trained to stay on the door for 30 seconds and get inside the house for 30 minutes. I knew nothing. I was like, okay, this is what I need to do in order to be successful. They molded me to say, hey, there's $3,000 behind that doorknob. Go inside and get it. Rather, I'm 4.5, 5 years in the industry. And now I'm like, I ain't getting in the house. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know so much. I have experience. My drive isn't as high because...
What I just heard in that story is that your hard work turned into talent, and then you as a person decided to reshape your thinking as far as like, I know all there is to know. There's nothing else that you can teach me.
What is that? Like, being delusional basically is like a good thing when it comes to, so the more you know and figure out, the more you overcomplicate. But if you don't know anything and you stick to the basics, you just go. You know what I'm saying?
I never thought about that way.
Yeah.
That's actually, dang, I've never thought about it that way.
And so in solar, it was my first sales position, first 1099 job. I'm coming from a customer service rep for Costco over the phone. And the guy that recruited me, he was the VP of the company at the time. He was like, Daizah, you knock 250 doors a day, 6 days a week. I can guarantee you that you're going to make this amount. And I was like, say less. I kid you not, Taira. I knocked 250 doors for 6 days a week from February, like all throughout the summer. I swear. My job was...
Wait a minute here. Let me do that. 250.
It was a lot of doors, right?
I got to do this math. Wait a minute. So you knocked about 42 doors a day?
No, 50 doors.
50 doors a day? So over...
No. 250 doors a day.
Oh, I thought you said 250 doors within 6 days.
No.
250 doors a day?
I was cold knocking at this time.
Is there even that many houses in Vegas?
Girl, yes.
Damn. Oh my gosh.
Imagine being...
What? Sorry,
yes.
I'm flabbergasted. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Yes. Imagine that. We would be hopping from door to door over people's yards. Like, wait. No one answers. Hop over the yard.
Wow.
It was like 9 a.m., get out there, go for a couple hours, take a break, go to the meeting, grab lunch, get back on doors. Repeat.
Wow. Okay, so you could probably break it down then as far as when you said hopping yards. How many houses would one neighborhood have?
It depends. So like a lot of the older houses, they're bigger communities. So at this time, we were knocking like communities without gates.
Smart.
And it's double-sided. So
okay.
We get this side and then we turn around and go back the other side. There's a lot of houses. Trust me. Yeah.
That is insane, though.
The fact that I was molded into that and it was like a non-negotiable,
right?
It trained me in my brain specifically to like, all right, if I only knock 249 doors today, that one opportunity, that just one more door could have been my deal. Because the math was 250 doors a day. Every 4 appointments we got was one deal. You know?
Okay.
So we knew the math.
Yeah.
And it was like I would let myself down if I knocked 249, not 250. And that's why I say hard work is more important than talent, because I never did sales ever in my entire life. But because I was consistent, I was dedicated to the grind, I learned the skills as I wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
At first, I'd be like, you tell me not interested at a door one time, and I'm like, okay. And then, all right, when they tell you not interested, you're going to do this. And next time I got told I was not interested, I practice that skill. You know?
Yeah. Do you think that the people you worked with, did some of them have the talent of like people skills or storytelling in order to sell a product? Do you think those people had an advantage over you as far as making more money or getting more clients, whatever the case is? No?
The solar industry, people do not have degrees. They come from...
You ain't got to have a degree to have a talent.
No, what I'm saying is these people are regular people. They just work hard.
Regular people have regular talents. Like
I'm saying, but they don't come in with anything. They just come in as like, I don't know how to explain it.
They don't come in with selling skills is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just literally go out there, get your teeth kicked in, get through the rough rides of get the F off my property. I'm not interested. Door slams. Like it builds. You're going to be soft at first, but that skin's going to build the more you do it. Like people can tell me to F off now. I'm like, all right, cool. Next.
I just had a very egotistic moment because I thought to myself, like, oh, if I joined a solar team, I'd probably be the highest ranking person, like as far as selling the most, you know what I'm saying? Just because I know I can sell the shit out of whatever it is I'm handed to sell.
And
you're telling a story. You're putting yourselves in the person's shoes and telling them why they need it. And I'm just here to give you the information so that you can make it happen. It's yours already. I'm just the middleman.
It's so funny.
We get into the nitty gritty of the actual business. I'm just telling you, like, as far as talent
it's funny,
could
though,
be.
Because when solar people hear that, they look at you like, okay. People will be like,
I don't know. I've been doubted
pest
before.
Control, and
I've been doubted before.
I'm like, pest control, okay.
What?
Pest control, bug spray.
Yeah. What about it?
People will tell people like us in the industry, like, oh, we sell pest control, and I'm like, okay, this is a high ticket. This is loans that people are signing for. Pest control is $30 a month. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
But yeah,
I see what you mean. Well, I mean, it's our side of the stories. Let's just keep it at that. I got my side, you got your side. However, you know what's something? When we started the conversation about talent versus hard work, I thought to myself, okay, yeah, I know that my talent as an adult is like interpersonal talent, being able to have people skills, so on and so forth. Hopefully all adults are able to identify what their talents are, hopefully. But I wonder, as a child, if a parent is able to identify their child's talents. You know what I'm saying? And how would they go about identifying the talent? And the first thing that comes to my mind is maybe if a kid's doing cartwheels around the house and this actually like, okay, you got a little bit of good form over there. Do you put them in gymnastics? Like, how do you foster that? Or do you even foster that? You know what I'm saying?
For me, my mom didn't think I could dance, and she still put me in dance.
Good. Okay.
I would say, though, I think it's one of those things where when your kids are just young, you just kind of put them in things and see what they like.
See what sticks.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But trial and error is also always good just because you're giving your child the opportunity to kind of try everything and select what they want to follow through on. But how does a parent like really... Man, this kid got game. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What happens, what do they see in order to kind of like make that type of conclusion that, you know, hey, my kid is actually really talented in this.
Well, sometimes there are kids that just naturally like do certain things and you're like, that was really good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of younger kids, for some reason, just know how to rap. Like,
Touche. I don't know why.
They just know how to drop some bars.
Yes.
Like,
my little cousin, I think, what is he? 6, 7? And he be, you know, around. I'm like, wait, you ain't even know that word. What are you talking about? That was actually kind of fire, though.
It's like, or like, what was Justin Bieber's story? Do you remember?
Child, I don't know.
To play the guitar.
Mm-hmm. He was, okay, yeah. I would say most musicians they get their start at a very, very early age.
Yes.
And a lot of the time, their parents just exposed them to something, whether it was like
just throw them out there.
Or the parent played an instrument or sung themselves, and they just, you know how kids, they're sponges. They just pick up on whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Did you have any talents growing up?
I had many talents, and I was on a lot of talent shows.
A jack of all trades. Okay.
Yes, a jack of all trades, literally. But I think my biggest talent growing up was acting. And even to this day, I think I would be a great actor or actress, as you will.
Well, Lifeless.
Lifeless.
Hello.
Lifeless. Yes.
Hello. First movie? Ooh.
That actually would be dope. So, backstory, we kind of talked about the meaning of lifeless on a previous episode. You want to give a description? Because I forgot exactly what you said it means.
The life list is basically a bucket list of all the things that you ever wanted to do or accomplish in your life. So, Taira and I are going to write our own life list.
Yes.
And that is definitely going on.
Yes, I'm actually that. You just put me on. Yes, wow. I'm definitely going to put that on my life list. But I think that I was an even better actress as a kid because I was in, for those out there who know what Barbizon is basically like an agency for acting and modeling. And I was one of their biggest clients. I stayed getting jobs. So I had a passion for it. Like I was really good.
Do you have any clips?
Oh God. My mom has one video on her phone, like an old phone that's in her dresser top drawer that she just don't even use anymore.
I would love to see
one of them
it.
little flip joints. But I did, and it's so funny because going back to my interpersonal talent, I stood out. Like I made it my business to stand out. Yeah. You know, all the other girls are coming in doing Maybelline commercials because we had to do auditions. So they're doing, maybe it's Maybelline or CoverGirl, that bullshit. And I come in, I did an Old Spice commercial.
Okay.
And I was like, you know, I don't remember the whole skit, but you know, the last thing that he always said was, I'm on a horse. And then the freaking judges went crazy. And I did that audition, I think twice, maybe 3 times. And I got that job all 2 or 3 times. So I had a passion for, 1, standing out at auditions, but 2, just like getting the job and doing the job. So, but when it came time for me to go to high school, there's a high school in New York called LaGuardia Arts High School. It's kind of like the Juilliard of high school, basically, for acting, not music. And I had a bunch of family in New York at the time. A lot of them dispersed by then, now. And I asked my mom, I begged her. Like I wrote a list of reasons of why I should go to LaGuardia. You know what I'm saying? And all my family members that lived in New York, they were willing to take me. And they're like, yeah, of course TT can stay with me while she go to high school, blah, blah, blah. My mom was like, no, you're not going. You're not going.
Why?
And I always think to this day, how different would my life look had I was afforded the opportunity to go to LaGuardia? You know what I'm saying? And because a lot of actors that I know came from LaGuardia High School. Like they got their start at LaGuardia. A lot of them came out of LaGuardia with jobs, like big movie jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I always sit with that question, like how different would my life be had I not even became an actress, like had I went to that high school. You know what I'm saying? So, but that poses the question, like, well, go ahead.
It ain't too late.
It ain't too, no. My life list.
You better start looking
my life list. We actually, Malik and I have a friend who got out of the military, moved to LA to pursue his dream to become an actor. And he actually landed a job or 2. Wow. So it's definitely not too late.
That is so cool.
Isn't it cool, right? But my mom had her reasonings. Like she didn't want me to leave the house. You know what I'm saying? She wanted me to stay home with her. So she had so she was still a part of my upbringing and whatnot. That is completely commendable because would you, let's say, go across the country during her prime developmental years in high school? You know what I'm saying? Maybe come back for the summers. So I get it. But at the same time, it's like, dang, you should have let me go.
In their generation, I don't think my mom would have let me. But now, like if obviously Say's gonna grow up, I think I would let her do it because now what I know now.
Okay, what do you know now?
I'm saying as far as like, there's so much more you can accomplish out of high school. Like it's not you don't need to go to high school.
Wait, pause. What? What'd you say? I missed that part. What'd you say?
Like I don't feel like school is a requirement. Like she can be homeschooled and still learn everything.
Okay. Because in my mind, I heard like school is just
no.
And I'm like,
no.
damn, kids do need education, honey.
No,
but okay,
yeah.
if homeschooling was the alternative, I get it. Cool beans.
Yeah, like she can
probably get a better education at the crib.
Yeah, if she wants to pursue her career and that's truly what she wants to do, I'm not gonna hold her back, you know? Like she can do education on the side, learn what she needs to do, and go pursue your career. Oh, that's another thing though. I was watching this podcast, actually the Mel Robbins podcast, and she was talking about motherhood. And she was saying that as a mom, one of the hardest things that you're gonna have to learn is to be able to let go of your child.
Yes.
In ways of like controlling them and holding them back. And because of that bond and connection that you have.
Yes.
And I was like, ooh, yeah.
Yes.
Like, I don't know how my mom wasn't terrified with me going out at a young age because I'm going to be terrified when Say asks me to go out with her friends like, child, what you doing?
Yeah.
Because I know I wasn't on the best type of time. So let me find out. Let me find out you doing something crazy.
And she is her mama's child. Just know that. She is her mama's child. Man, it's hard to, yes, that is well put when you said the hardest thing for a mother to do is to let go. To let go. So that's actually realistic and it's understandable. But at the same time, it's like when you mentioned as far as like, if you have it, if you're able to let your child do what it is that they want to do, you have the capability of allowing her to be homeschooled, the resources to get her a good teacher in different subjects and whatever to teach her at home. That's awesome. A lot of parents don't have resources to support their child's talents or dreams, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the flip side of it. And a lot of children grow up not even knowing what their talents are, or the talents kind of fade away over time because they're not fostered.
And they don't get used.
Because they don't, exactly.
But I think it can be a beautiful thing at the same time. Because there's one of the girls that I do know, she's like a content creator now. And a part of her story is that, I don't want to put her business out there, but her mom didn't allow her to do certain things. And she would get punished for doing what she wanted to do. So now at the age she is now, she is able to put all of her energy and dedication into her passion, which is videography and creating content, which is now paying for her life now. So throughout that process, it's like, okay, it's almost like you gonna do it from scratch. You're in a headspace of by all means, or I'm gonna get it out the mud. Like I couldn't do it back then. Well, I'm gonna do it now. And it essentially like grows your mentality into what you're capable of. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless you're just gonna be lackadaisical and
F off. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think, and we're kind of just revolving in this conversation of hard work versus talent a little bit, because I think even if a child grows up and kind of loses sight of what their talent looks like or what their skills are, you can still pick them back up and or even learn new skills or talents. You know what I'm saying? But it all comes with like you putting in, you being open-minded to have the vision to see what you're good at and move in those things. So if you If you've cooked for like a potluck at your job or whatever the case is, and people will just keep complimenting your food, like, dang, man, you put your foot in this. You know what I'm saying? That might be a talent that you need to walk in. So, and you'd be surprised, like, how many times, like, I know a girl at my job, she started, it's funny because, okay, long story short, I got to spin a block on this because it is kind of cool. Started here at Nellis Air Force Base in Vegas. I was here for 8.5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm in Virginia at Joint Base Langley Eustis Air Force Base.
Okay.
But as I was here at Nellis, it was like my first or second year here, and I had a girl who was my supervisor. And then she moved when I was deployed. So I went to Langley back in March, and she's there, and she's been there ever since. So I was like, "Is that you?" And she was like, "Hey," da, 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 da. And you know, while we were at Nellis, like her food, every time she brought food, and I was like, "Girl, this thing is good."
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Like I kept saying, like, you need to open up a business, like advertise this on Instagram and da 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 da. And fast forward, we're here at Langley, and I told her, I was like, you know, I was like, "Are you still cooking?" Like, she was like, "I actually did start that Instagram page."
Oh.
And she got thousands of followers now, and she's like, she gets a lot of income from that business. Because if you're in the military, you ain't really making that much money, but that's another conversation. But yes.
That's so
she makes a
cool.
lot of her income from doing that. Now, not saying income should be your only goal, you know, when discovering your talents and whatnot, but it's kind of cool when you
tell somebody.
Not even that. No. Because I might have been like a small catalyst for her to kind of walk in that.
Yeah.
But it's cool when people discover something they're really good at and move in that, and it just flourishes. You know what I'm saying?
As it always does. But
it's so sad how many people don't walk in that. Like, because she could have just took the compliments that oh man, your food is so good. Da, 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 you put your foot in it, and oh thanks, and did nothing with it. It would have been just music notes in one ear and out the other. But when you are good and you know you're good, and people keep telling you that they see you're good at this one thing, why not walk in that and see where it takes you? You know. I don't know. I don't get it because they're lackadaisical or don't want to put the effort in and da all the other reasons.
Or self-doubt.
Ooh, or self-doubt. And that's probably one of the biggest reasons.
That's the killer.
No, I don't want to try this because I'm gonna fail. Or no, so many people are already doing it. I don't want to add to, yeah.
That's how I feel about TikTok.
Child, it's room for everybody on TikTok. Everybody.
I just be like, I'm about to be the same person. Like, what makes me different, you know?
I didn't think the same thing, but I make it my business to, as always, stand out in the best way I know how. One, I'm very just for no reason, you know what I'm saying? So I'm authentically myself. And it's a lot of other people out there that's, but there's a lot of other people out there that's like that, but they have their own something about them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just like the podcast that we were listening to on the way over here.
Mm-hmm.
The girl talking about the cups and the matcha tea and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like and I'm quoting in my own words. She was saying, like, if you have a cup that's $20 and somebody else is selling another cup that's $20, it's like, what's the difference between the two? And of course, if it's quality or whatever, that's the difference right there, and that's the biggest difference. But a lot of times, people buy into the person, not the person.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like their story. Maybe they said something that resonates best with them rather than all the other people that said other things. It's kind of like, okay, cool, swiping up to the next video.
That's that thing when someone can relate to you, or you can get that sense of emotion to like activate.
Yes.
That's when they're like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
You really have to tap into, and this is kind of me just getting into the business behind TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
You really have to tap into you have to be having a conversation with that person indirectly. Like, I'm still making a sales video, but little do you know, I'm having a one-on-one conversation with you and only you
through the screen.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get you to click that button.
You gotta tap on that heart, pull the heartstrings just a little bit, make them feel like We're sitting here
We're
having
here.
a conversation.
I understand
You
you.
know what I'm saying? Yes. And you'd be surprised what you can get a person to do, especially when buying into something. When you master that right there, you can get so. Oh man.
Yeah. I know I'll be making videos sometimes. I'll be like, girl, you sound boring.
But you'd be surprised. It's people out there who like that's their thing, boring. I am not everybody's cup of tea. That blah, 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 just loud everything.
Yeah, you and I are complete opposites.
Complete opposites. I'm some people's cup of tea. You're some people's cup of tea. A lot of people, like I know a lot of my other friends, associates, because I'm gonna use that friend word not lightly. But they like chill and laid back because they're chill and laid back.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's a bunch of stuff going on, around them, like a person that's just all over the place, it disrupts their peace. You know what I'm saying? So the videos that you think is boring and you don't want to post them because you think you sound boring, you're going to resonate with somebody. You're going to resonate with your crowd. Not every crowd, but your crowd. Yeah. Remember that. And then like the girl I follow always say, did you post your video today? Oh, okay. Did you do this today? Oh, okay. Yeah, so post it. Why not?
Stop yelling at me.
Shush.
That's how I feel about dance. I know I can do it, and like I envision myself living in that, but because I'm not consistent and I just don't take enough classes, I feel like I'm starting to get my 2 left feet back. And I just know that if I truly pursued it, I could be good. I just know. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like I'm letting myself down internally because I'm not taking advantage of, I guess, good, what is it? Strengths, you know?
Yeah. Like we just sat up here and said, it's never too late. It's never too late. Pick up the ball and start dribbling again.
And my mom was like, you need to go take a dance class or something. And I was like, why?
I feel like you get a lot of peace out of that too. So I mean, that's like self-care in itself.
After I do it, I'm like, damn, that felt good. Yeah. Even though I stumbled and I wasn't as confident as I wanted to be, but shoot, I dig it.
Nah, but honestly, you said something right there as far as like, I have gotten away from dance. So I'm starting to get my 2 left feet again. Like just start again and have what we talked about on a previous episode, that 10%, 15%, 20%. Like just start small.
You know what it is though? It's comparison. And what is that quote about comparison kills like you cannot compare yourself. But the
comparison is the thief of joy?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of the girls that I danced with in high school have been dancing since high school.
Right.
So when I look at them, where they're at is where I should be too. So now it's like I'm years behind of taking dance classes. I'm ashamed to put myself in a dance class with them. And the dance industry, I feel like, is pretty small here in Las Vegas. So you're going to know somebody at the dance class. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I ain't trying to be looking up all over there like, I ain't got no rhythm and these people don't. You know what I'm saying? And that's why.
Go back to a beginner's class then. Why not?
Then I go to beginner's class and I'm like, this wasn't challenging enough.
You're getting back into it though. Like you showed up. That's all that matters. And until you feel as though that you're on the same level as the other girls, then you can go back to whatever class, advanced or whatever it's called. But just start again. At least you are moving in what you're good at. Simple as that. You're using what God gave you. And of course, you said your mama said she was worried about you in the beginning, but you eventually got it together. God still gave you that. You know what I'm saying? Eventually.
Well, he definitely gave me all these internal battles for a reason. These things speak to me all the time.
Yeah. It's called seasons. Yeah. It's called seasons. Right now you're going through one season and then eventually the leaves will fall off the tree and you're going to move into the next season.
Yeah. And as young adults, we gotta attack that.
Exactly. All right. So it's time to get into our question of the day for this episode. And that question of the day is, what is an insecurity that you had as a child or in your childhood that you brought into your adulthood. Okay? So make sure you guys drop your comments in the on YouTube or whatever platform that you're watching us on. And we will look forward to talking about whatever those responses are and what our responses are on the next episode. So once again, I'm one of your hosts, Taira.
I'm Daizah.
And thank you very, very, very much for tuning into Our Side of the Story podcast. We'll see you next time.